Hello, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void and another Sunday series for ya. It's going to be a best of 5 between Serral and Taeja, starting on Lost and Found from the most recent Homestory Cup. And I have a feeling this is going to be an epic Sunday series. Top right-hand corner, we have the Red Zerg player Serral, representing ENCE Gaming and the country of Finland. He recently won BlizzCon, the first foreigner ever to do so. And in the bottom left-hand corner is the Blue Terran player. It's only going to be Taeja, representing Team Liquid. This guy won Homestory Cup 3 times in a row. 2013, both Homestory Cups in 2013, and won the first Homestory Cup in 2014. The repeat! A repeat by Taeja back in 2013 and 14. He's going to give Serral all he can handle. This is also the new patch, the latest patch of StarCraft2. Too many changes to name, you guys. If any units come up that have been changed, I'll let you know. But if you're interested in my thoughts on it, go ahead and look for the Falcon Paladin Hour on your podcast app or on the internet and listen to me and Somicron talk about it and analyze it. Okay, so nothing too weird here, just a Rax first opener here from Liquid Taeja. And yep, it's going to be a Reaper. Going to be a Reaper because he knows that Reaper expands are very, very good. This Reaper's name is going to be Crazy Harry, formerly the excitable pyrotechnic expert at the Muppet Show. Harry was left without income when the show ended. His habit of setting off explosions... Oh, already did that one. Dang it. This is actually going to be some reference Falcon Paladin won't understand. This is seemingly an oblivious cultural reference that the poster was certain would be within Falcon Paladin's field of knowledge, but isn't. And it's sent to the Reaper program in a way that would make sense if the reference is understood. Now the reference wonders how confused Falcon is while reading this Reaper name. Yep, that sounds about right. There are some holes in my pop culture knowledge, you guys. In history, in video games, in nerd stuff. There are definitely holes in there. My Pokemon knowledge isn't that great. My anime knowledge isn't all that great either. TV shows, pretty good. Movies as well, fine. Video games, yes. Anyway, here comes a Reaper, and nothing crazy had changed in the early stages of ZVT. There are some links here, and there's 4 of them. Didn't make 6. Serral just has the 4. Good micro on display here from Taeja, but what else do we expect from the Terran god that he is? I mean, honestly, he's been away for a while, but he is back, and he is back with a vengeance right now. No kills on that Reaper. What control by Serral. And Reaper hops down. Doesn't want to take any more shots than necessary. Serral's third base is already up because of course it is. He's going for speed. He's getting additional queens. He's getting drones. This is the traditional defense against Terrans from Zerg. If you're going for a macro opener, it's going to be Zerglings with speed and it's going to be queens. And the queens are going to have to defend. They're going to have to be in the right places at the right time. And if they're not in the right places at the right time, stuff will die. But if they're in the right places at the right time, everything is just fine and hunky-dory for the Zerg player. It's going to be a starport here from Taeja at about the 3-minute mark. He's got some Hellions on the way. No big surprise there either. And a third command center coming in. He's going to try to go macro. Try to meet this macro for macro with Serral. So like I said, this is going to be a best of 5. This is going to be insane, you guys. I am so excited for this series. Serral, currently my favorite player right now. He's a Zerg, right? I mean, what else does he have to do other than be a Zerg and win BlizzCon to be my favorite player? Rogue was that guy last year, and this year it's Serral, and just the fact that he's a foreigner just means I can relate to him a little bit better. I mean, he's the first guy to do this. It's really highly impressive by him, especially in a game that was invented in the United States and coded in the United States and released in the United States. The fact that Korea latched onto it and really made it the esport that it is has always been interesting to me. And the fact that Americans haven't been able to compete at the level that Koreans have at all. Right, I'm not saying I need Americans to win every BlizzCon. I'm not saying I need them to even be in every BlizzCon, but to have an American player that actually could compete at this level would be amazing. But no, it's Finland, apparently, is the first non-Korean country to do it. Who knew? Who saw that coming? Not me, I don't think. Serral has been a very good player for a long time, but the games that I cast of his early on in his career were like, okay, he's good, but there's never anything special about him, and he has worked his butt off to get to this point. Overlord scouts in, does see the tech lab going onto the factory, and does explode just as these buildings are landing here too. So it's going to be a barracks with a reactor. It's going to be some marine tank style play. Hellion opening with a Raven in there too. Liking it quite a bit, but this drone count is insane. It's 52 to 43 in favor of Serral right now. Hellions running around. That's a pretty hot skin we got going there. Is that the BlizzCon skin? I think it is. I don't recognize it. Maybe it's the Emojin skin on these Hellions. Trying to figure it out. Anyway, regardless, Serral worked his butt off here. Try to go for a 4th base. No, not allowed. Queens were not quite in position to shove this back, and the drone pays for it. Like I said, I read this amazing article in the... It was written by a laser. I've talked about it before. But basically, a laser says, me and Serral were at the same place a couple of years ago. And then Serral just worked his butt off on macro-style Zerg. Got incredibly good at it over a very, very long time and a lot of hard work. And this is where he is. And the laser's like, it could have been me, but I worked on 2-base all-ins. I worked on these builds that would win me games in WCS events, but not win me entire trophies at WCS events. And I was just happy to be there. Never took the time to develop all the skills that Serral has, and now Serral's the guy, and it should have been me, but all props to Serral. I'm going to be the next guy to do it. I mean, that's all he can do at this point, right? Anyway, nothing much happening here in the game. We just got Taeja floating around. He's working on stim and +1/+1 for his Marines. Zergling's coming in to see, is there a 4th base or a 3rd base here? No, but it is here. Great wall of supply tables coming up. You always see this on Lost and Found every single time. And again, these queens in the defensive position are just fantastic. They are so very, very good. Lings rolling in. See, there is a base there. It's 106 to 92 supply. We're very close right now. 4th base is about to pop for Serral. And what's his late game tech going to be? It's going to be a Hydralisk Den. So Hydralisk Den with Banelings, with Centrifugal Hooks, a Hydroling Bane strategy. Really depends on how many tanks the Terran player has. The Terran player has a bunch of tanks. Your Hydras and Banelings are not as good. But if it's only a couple tanks and you can kind of blinding cloud them with some Vipers, it turns amazing all of a sudden. Queens want to get that Raven so bad, but Taeja Control says no. Absolutely not. Ling's trying to see if there's a quick 4th base coming up from Taeja, and definitely not. Not at this stage of the game. Lings and Banelings trying to make sure there aren't any drops happening at this particular base, which is really weird for them to be hanging out there, but whatever. Muscular Augments coming in for the Zerg player, and just a lot of production from Taeja. People do like to see Terran bases, kind of see how they're laid out. They can gain some perspective from them. Oh, the Ling run by. What? How? How does this even happen? You should not be getting any SCV kills here. SCVs all on the gas get picked off. Going to slow down the gas income quite nicely, and then picking off some units at the creep, too. Are Serral's units. So fantastic job picking off those guys on the gas, replacing them fairly well on one refinery, but not on the other one there. Not quite yet. You really need 3 on that, Taeja. We'll get there eventually. It is so much easier to cast this game than it is to play it. I can tell you that much. I've been playing some 2v2s out on the ladder with Somicron at twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. If you want to watch us play, come hang out. It's a good time. We're moving up the ladder. We're getting there. We're making some happen in the 2 scene. It's not something I'm all that familiar with. I don't cast a lot of 2v2 games, as you may have noticed, just because it's a lot of cheese. Not many macro-style 2v2s, and that is something I can attest to, having played it for the last couple of weeks now. But anyway, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. All right, 4th base landing. Zergling actually, is in position to stop that from landing for about 3 seconds. And then the command center is going to land another base up north at 12 o'clock for Serral. Lings, Banelings, and Hydras are the play of the day here from Serral. Drilling Claws coming in. That is a new upgrade. New upgrade here. Drilling Claws for the Widow Mines allows them to burrow and stay cloaked even after they fire. So you got to watch out for that in these ZVTs. With that Drilling Claws upgrade, a lot of Terrans have been getting it. The problem is the damage has not been done by Taeja in this game. He's killed a worker. He's killed a drone, you guys. 8 minutes, 9 minutes in. That means Serral's maxed out. That means Serral doesn't have to worry about making drones. He's done at 91 and 91 to 68 workers. He's taken additional bases. He is just everywhere as the swarm, splitting his units up into separate fronts, pushing creep down the middle, down the bottom side, down the top side here too, making some Banelings. And yeah, maybe you can harass them a little bit here. That's a large group, and there's the cancel. All right, so this group gets chased away. This group moves in. Oh my gosh, lift the wall. Lift the wall. Oh, he does lift the wall. The Lings could have got in, but they pulled back. Hydra's breaking through. Lings breaking through. Tank does not get picked off there. Supply depots go down. Taeja is supply blocked a little bit, but he should be able to recover that quite nicely. Pushing in at the top towards this 5th base of the Zerg player, Serral, is Taeja. His upgrades are currently +1/+1. Working on 2-2, but it's not quite there yet. Banelings getting target fired exceptionally well. The scan revealing if there's any burrowed Banelings here, and there's definitely not. Clearing off creep tubers to Widow Mines. Getting some decent hits off there. But the Overseer present means the Widow Mines will get taken down. Permanent Cloak does not mean you can't see them at all. Widow Mines are going to be Serral's best friend for the rest of this game. There's your Greater Spire, Tier 3 from Serral is going to be Greater Spire, as Taeja's respawn's going to be Vikings. He's going to go for a Ghost Academy. So Ghost's pretty darn good against Broodlords, rather, assuming they can actually get close enough to do steady targeting, and they're not getting fungled or hit by Banelings, which is really something that is not great for them, as it is a channeled attack, right? It takes about 1.5 seconds to actually get a steady targeting off, and during that time, if you take any damage whatsoever, it cancels it. So Broodlings raining down upon you really are problematic there. Banelings crashing down, Fungals doing a little bit of damage, enough to shut that down there, and it's really interesting game of cat and mouse there. Viper's in production, 6th base coming up for Serral at his other 12 o'clock position. We'll call that 11:55. Here's a drop from Taeja. Small engagement this way. I don't know. Drop. Widowmine actually getting some decent hits off there. Nothing incredible, mind you, but whatever. Lings rolling in, clearing it out as there's a Spore Crawler there and 2 Overseers. That's a lot of detection. A lot of detection. Personal cloaking on the way here to these games, you guys. These games, StarCraft2 games, maxed out armies at 10-11 minutes. That's what makes this latest version of Legacy of the Void so great. Not the latest, but man, the one where we started with 12 workers really sped the game up. It used to be you would not see maxed out armies until 20 minutes, and now it's 10. Cancels the 6th base just by kind of posturing at it. Does Taeja, which is fantastic for him. Banelings rolling in. Hydra's here too. Just testing the waters a bit, trying to draw some Widowmine fire, and then clearing out the Widowmines. Just very cautious, no big deal. Lings down here, they want... Oh, they could maybe... that tank production is pretty good covering that command center, which is a good deal. Replacing a 6th base in the bottom right-hand corner here as Serral has got creep spread down this way. Might as well use it, I suppose. And Taeja's going home, you guys. Taeja's on out. Overlord trying to see if there are any command centers that he missed. Trying to poop creep here, but he's going to poop about 2 metric tons of it. And then die. Yeah, Zergling, you're not allowed down here. We're going to land this base down south if it kills us. This group of Marines not doing super well. Forced to pick up. Hydra's chasing. You need something to deal with the medevacs. These are definitely Emojin medevacs, so I assume it's Emojin stuff. And a Widowmine killing one of the Hydras. And a tank finishing off the rest of them there too. Is this more attempted? It was more attempted Widowmine stuff, but it did get shut down quite nicely. Parasitic Bomb, actually, on that medevac. 197 to 173 supply. Serral's looking pretty comfortable at this stage. Again, this is where Serral lives. This is where he thrives, in this situation, where he can get to the tech that he wants, he can get to the number of bases that he wants, he can just pretty much tech switch and make whatever kind of composition he needs. And I can definitely empathize with this feeling. It's a great feeling. When you have enough economy, you can just kind of make a whole army with your Zerg whenever you want. The problem is getting there, and that's definitely what Serral has managed to do. He has burrowed some Banelings here. They're very sneaky, these Banelings. They're waiting for a lot of Marines to walk on over so that they can kill them from the ground with their acid. Replacing a 6th base, we'll call this the 7th now, is Serral up north. He's just taking bases all over the place. And again, Taeja has not been able to enroach upon this creep really at all. He's gotten within spitting distance of a hatchery once or twice, but that's about it. Broodlings down. Unsupported Broodlords here. Broodlings, again, the strike does damage, the chewing does damage. You really don't want to take any damage from Broodlings or Broodlords at all. But this group over here taking some major Baneling hits. It's probably a waste of Baneling, but hey, it's cool. Gonna roll on into this planetary fortress base at the 6 o'clock position for Taeja. Is he gonna go in? No, the response is too good from Taeja. He does manage to chase it away. Pushing up this way now is Liquid Taeja, the Terran player would be his name. Steady targeting, taking down an Overlord. Hey. Serral is the one who's now on the offensive. He's got the Broodlords, he's got the Banelings. He's picking off Widowmines. The Ghosts are in a little bit of trouble here, getting chased down. They do bonus damage versus light, though, which is amazing. Taeja rolling on into the 6th base of Serral. Burrowed Banelings getting some decent hits off there, for sure. And now just a Marauder remains. A few Widowmines, they're gone. And yeah, Serral will absolutely trade some Banelings for your Widowmines. 100%. Steady targeting on the Ghosts. All right. Doing pretty good. Some of them are very low on HP right now. Oh, Cloaked Ghosts. Trying to do some stuff, but maybe. Where's the Overseer? There's the Overseer. And that Ghost, is he going to live? No, absolutely not. He gets Baneling right in the face. 198 to 161 supply. Coming on in, steady targeting on the Overseers, so the Ghosts are able to cloak and make stuff happen here against this army. This is pretty good stuff here, but Actually, Baneling's firing. Hydra's getting shots off. There are the ghosts unmolested in the middle of all of this, though. Where is the detection? I don't know. And calling down a nuke. Ooh, Emojin Liberators are fantastic. Where's the detection? The ghosts are doing so much work right now. Oh my gosh. How many kills do you have? 4 kills on this guy. 2 kills on this guy. And the nuke. Oh, it catches some queens and some lings anyway. Doesn't kill the Broodlords, but that's okay. Where's his detection? Where are the Overseers? There's one. One Overseer's here. You almost need more than that, though, because the priority target for the ghosts is going to be those Overseers. Parasitic Bomb on the Liberators. They get split exceptionally well there. Everybody on the ground dying to a bunch of Zerglings. And a couple Hydras. Broodlords are treating from the situation even before they really know what's going on. I thought I saw something flashing up there. No, definitely not. So there's your group of Overseers that you want if you're Serral at this stage of the game. Tacking on in, Taeja is going for a 5th base. Well, this is, no, 6th base. This is the 5th base, Planetary Fortress. Meanwhile, attacking on up to Serral's 7th base. It looks like he might be able to get it. There's no drones here to kill. For whatever reason, Baneling's crashing on in, doing pretty good in this situation. The Liberator's not that great against Broodlords, but some damage is better than nothing in this situation. Zergling's actually getting inside the Great Wall of supply depots and chomping on it a little bit, and Serral does clean up what's left on the ground. The Liberators are causing problems. Where are the Hydralisks at? I don't know if that's actually what you need here. You probably need Corruptors. Yep, 14 Corruptors on the way. Oh my gosh, these Broodlords are getting absolutely chewed to pieces by these Liberators. What is happening right now? Do they have, they don't even have +1 air weapons, you guys. Not even that. Holy crap. All right, so now, some Corruptors are here, and they're going to go ahead and chase away the Liberators. No big deal. Yeah, this 5th base of Taeja is gone. Well, lifted, anyway. Trying to build some more bases along the left side is Taeja. Now, this is game 1, you guys. This is game 1 of a best of 5. How incredible is this game so far? Corruptors picking off the medevacs. That is so important right now. Baneling's crushing through the ground army. Also pretty important. Ultra's able to take down the command center. Corruptors flying in. Goodbye, Liberator count. 194 to 127 supply. Look at the supply. And it looks like Serral's going to take game number 1 here. He has the number of bases that he needs. The resources lost here are pretty even, but Serral's been able to have additional bases up and make more units than Taeja has been able to in this game. If Taeja can land these bases, game 1 may very well be his, but I'm just not convinced that it's going to be enough for him. +1 flyer carapace on the way from Serral, which is really, really important stuff. Creep spread continuing to push. It's just you can't forget about creep spread. It's easy to do in the early game when there's not a lot going on, but man, in the late game, it's so important to have it. The more you have, the faster your Ultralisks are. They do have an upgrade. It's Anabolic Synthesis. As we come on in, Baneling's trying to get some decent hits off. Ultra trying to get some wops off too on these Marauders, but the Marauder count I think is high enough. Vikings, just not enough Vikings at all to deal with that. This Ultra trying to do what he can. The Planetary Fortress repair is real right now, but the Caustic Spray is problematic too, and it is going to go down here. You can't repair through that, especially with Ultras. Meanwhile, dropping the bottom right-hand side here with Taeja, going to get a hatchery. If he can stim and focus it down, he's going to get it. Yes. He does manage to take that hatchery down. Ultra rolling on in to what is Taeja's 4th base, but nope, that is a dead Ultralisk for sure. That is an ill-fated drop attempt, man. Okay, well, actually, maybe? Nope. Everybody dead. 185 to 89 supply. Taeja trying to expand somewhere, trying to make something happen. Losing this base was huge. Trying to land here, but there's a burrowed Zergling in this place. This is what Serral does, you guys. This is his modus operandi. He is able to just kind of defend, get some attacks on here and there, floats around the edges of his creep, finds angles in which to attack, takes down Ravens, anti-armor missiles, like, okay, whatever at this point. Just attacking on in, not with huge armies, not with everything he has, but just enough to force Taeja back here. And then when Taeja's able to recoup and recover and push him on, he goes back to the creep, which is 4 inches away because his creep spread, as I mentioned, is insane. 42 Zerglings on the way, and Ultralisk getting +3 flyer attack. He really wants to make sure these Liberators are not going to be very good against his Ultras. Yeah, see how the kiting works pretty well here against these guys? Yeah. The Ultras are buying some time for Caustic Spray to happen, and that's your good game. That is your good game. Serral takes game number 1 as predicted, and Taeja Goes down 0-1 in the series, which does not mean it's going to be an easy thing for Serral here. Again, he's the BlizzCon champion, but Taeja has the ability. He has the ceiling to win this series. No question about it. Absolutely no question. So, yeah, end of the day, Taeja lost a little bit more, 37,000 to 36,000, but Serral was everywhere. Serral was everything. He's taken down command centers. He killed a ton of bases. He never really let Taeja get off of this little 4-base thing he had rolling with. And even when he lost bases, he replanted them so fast. So fast. And yeah, how many workers died? 10. You can't beat Serral and kill 10 workers. It's just not something you can do. Wow. All right, Serral. We'll see how it goes in game number 2. Taeja making it happen. Ghosts were the right response there. He's able to kill the Ultras. Oh, did want to mention, the Ultralisk upgrade is called Anabolic Synthesis. And it's actually stolen from Brood War. What it does is gives Ultras a faster run speed off creep. So it's still not as fast as a stimmed Marauder. Marauders can still kite them, but it's harder for them to do. Right? It's harder for them to do that. So it's a very nice upgrade. It does nothing to increase their speed on creep. Their creep speed is going to be as fast as it's always been. But Anabolic Synthesis. The fact that Serral did not get it in this game and he had a lot of Ultras indicates to me, but maybe it's not all that good. But I don't know. We've got some more games here. We'll see if it comes out and see how good it is. Excuse me. All right. We're going to go to game 2 here, and let's see how it goes. It's going to be Acid Plant. It's going to be more ZVT, and it's going to be more Sunday Series. Did you know that I play Warcraft 2 on my Twitch channel? If you didn't, and you like Warcraft 2, then twitch.tv/FalconPaladin is the place to be. I'm planning on playing the Warcraft 3 Reforged campaign as soon as it's released. And if you're interested in that as well, then you know what to do. Top left-hand corner, up 1 game to 0, is going to be the Red Zerg player, Serral, from Men's Gaming in Finland. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the Blue Terran player, Taeja, from Team Liquid and Korea. Man, Taeja gave Serral a lot in that game, a lot, but the drops weren't doing anything. The drops were actually fairly minimal. Didn't attempt a lot there. Taeja was more about attacking onto the creeps straightforward, trying to win some battles that way. But I've always known and always said that the key to Zerg is making just enough units to survive an attack. And then as soon as it's over, droning your face off. And that's what Serral has mastered here. When I ladder, it's very hard for me to just make just enough units to live, not overmake them to where I have a huge army that can't do anything on the other side of the map. But not so few units that I die. It's incredibly difficult, as any Zerg player can attest, but Serral has figured it out through just hard work and perseverance, and just losing a lot, man. That's something else Laser talked about in his piece, was Serral was losing games, man. He was losing games going macro that he could have won if he'd gone for a 2-base all-in, and just choosing instead to go for that route, losing, taking his lumps, learning from it, and then becoming the monster that he is. It's incredible. All right, this is Norm. Norm was just an ordinary SCV until they came for his friends in a mineral line. Norm was a pacifist. Norm loved to have quiet nights with a few friends. Now Norm loves slaying Zerg and Protoss workers. He vowed that for each of his 12 friends who died, he would kill 24 others. Liking this attitude, the commander put him into Reaper armor. I mean, it's a nice attitude, but geez, dude. Really? Like, you put him into Reaper armor? All right, that's what we do with good attitude Terrans, is we put them into a Reaper suit and they die within 45 seconds of their life. That said, this is controlled by Taeja, and as such, you might actually get a kill. What is this? Oh, this drone. Yo, got the hatch. Are you kidding? That was dumb. That was so dumb that happened. All right, well, Ling's here now. I mean, that would have been huge. That would have been a game changer. For sure, if that 3rd base could have been denied, the Lings would have had to wait for speed before they could actually... Oh. Before he could take his 3rd base, he would have needed his Lings to have metabolic boost. That's how huge that was. That's how close that was. That's how this game of StarCraft 2 is played in the fringes of inches. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff, for sure. All right, so anyway, what do we got here? Reaper hanging out, Queens trying to get some quick shots off. They were not attacking within the range they could because they're trying to get close enough to get 2 attacks off each and then kill the Reaper. But Taeja, too smart for that. Come on, guys. Come on, don't insult his intelligence. Pretty quick expansion here from Taeja, but recognizing the 3rd hatch was very fast for Serral, he should feel safe to do so. And he does. And he definitely does here. Ling's running around, taking the sneaky path around, so the Reaper will not see them. But these guys have some mischief on their minds. Let's keep an eye on them as this progresses. Queen injecting speed, just about done. Spreading some creep up here. There's a creep queen, and the queen should be able to inject on that base eventually, if not very soon. Is he checking for proxies? He is. He's looking for proxies. Interestingly enough, he's not going to try to be aggressive with these lings, just because, again, there's already enough of Marines out here. It'd be Hellions if it wasn't Marines, but he skipped the Hellion pressure, which means he's going to go for a double medevac. Actually, hold on. That's a third barracks. This many Marines this early usually means it's going to be a, well, not a proxy, but a double medevac drop, but he doesn't have a factory yet. He's got double gas. What the heck is he spending his double gas on? Taeja, what you doing, man? He's saturating double gas. There's your factory. So he's got plans for it, but he's going to have a billion Marines to defend here. I guess he's going to have a billion Marines to defend his quick third CC and then go into factory play. But what this is doing is giving Serral forever to do whatever he wants at this stage. Zerglings roll in, get chased away. They see the expansion. They see the wall coming up. Overlord trying to come in, but nope, getting chased away by this Marine. Rawr, he says, I hate your face. And that's understandable, dude. It's an Overlord. You should hate his face. Zerglings trying to do stuff, but the Marine count is just too dang high. Too dang high. Little bubble helmets going on. Honestly, I mean, I don't... Here's our Reaper. Here's Norm. Norm, you have any kills, Norm? Nah, Norm doesn't have any kills. He's... Like most Reapers in 2018, it's hard to get a kill, man. Maybe 2019 will be different for these guys, but pretty much they're just scouting and forcing units out for Zerg at this stage of the meta. Roach War in here. I'm not a fan of roaches, but Serral makes them work. Zerglings just poking to see what's going on. Overlord trying to see is there a base landing. Ling checking that too. Marines say there is, but you will never know. Ling's trying to get in this back door a little bit, just threatening with the Zerglings, really keeping Taeja on his toes. Are you? Wow, the Queens have been trying to knock down this debris forever. It's like 3 damage per shot, and they're going to get there eventually. But yeah, Zergling's not doing much, except just keeping Taeja on his toes, which is really all that matters. It's just keeping Taeja on his toes. Roachhorn with speed. Now on the way, Roach speed. Zergling's trying to engage there. That was a mistake by Serral. That was not what you wanted to do against this number of Marines. But these are Marines unsupported by medevacs, which makes them not as scary as Marines usually are. This dude is very low on HP. He is expendable. He's going to go ahead and scout. Zergling's checking to see, is there a 4th base? Nah, here's the Great Wall of Supply Depots, which tells us there's going to be a 3rd base that's landed there now. If not now, then soon. And now he has seen it for sure. So he knows the 3rd base is down for Taeja very, very quickly. 4th base immediately planted in response. But Taeja kept that hidden for a little bit. He's going to be okay economically. Roach kills that scouting Marine. Poor guy. He wanted to live. That's all he wanted. Is that so much to ask? Maybe. Maybe it is too much to ask in StarCraft. The StarCraft land and world and universe. Sure. All right, medevacs are here. Marines are a lot scarier now. Roach count pretty good. Pretty good Roach count. Look at him go. He's like, you know what? Come on over. Come attack us on creep. How's that sound? And the Marines are like, yeah, you know what? No thanks. No thanks. Overseer, did that get a full scout off? Oh man, Overseer got a full scout off here. So it is going to be bio. It's going to be pretty much the same thing we saw last time from Taeja as far as mid-game composition goes. But a drop coming up again, and not to drop in the mineral line, but just drop on the edge of the creep and kill a tumor if possible. Not going to waste a scan on that tumor. Man, Taeja, I don't know about this. You're playing fairly passively. There you go. Now he wanted to kill multiple creep tumors and maybe this hatch too. Zerglings showing up. Great positioning of those Marines, but now there's roaches on top of this. I don't know if it's enough roach. It looks like it is. Enough roach and enough ling to at least force Taeja to retreat there. It would have been close, I think. Taeja deciding just not to engage. Creep spread pushing beautifully again for the Zerg player. He's working in a hive. A 7-minute hive, you guys. It's just ridiculous. He's just defending with just enough roaches, getting a macro hatch here inside his main too. Taeja going to try to shut this thing down with pure Marine. Maybe Marauder in here. Corrosive Vials landing being dodged quite nicely, just pretty much by doing the normal thing. I don't know if Serral has enough to defend against this, you guys. I'm looking at it, and I am seeing some problems with this. This base, not enough roaches, not enough Ravagers. Taeja looking really good here. Tank sets up in siege mode. And Queen tries to finish it off, but nope, not quite able to do it. Ling's rolling in. Panic Zerglings trying to get a surround here. Friendly fire splash damage happening. Roach is trying to clear out what's left of these Marines, and then the tank will not be a problem anymore, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough here. And that's it. That is your good game. Oh, wait, come back. All right, so what happened was I hit score screen there instead of return to game. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up before game 3. Taeja has tied the series 1-1 in this best of 5. Nice timing attack here. That was... I'm not sure that Serral expected this many Marines, but he saw the production. Let's make sure he did. Yeah, he saw the barracks going down. He saw the barracks here. He saw the barracks there. He saw the double factory. Sorry, the 1 factory and that. And he saw a 3rd base that was pretty saturated. But yeah, well played there. The Roach Ravager, I'm not a fan of it. I really, really don't like Roach Ravager in the face of this much bio, and especially if there are any tanks involved at all. That tank has 9 kills. Hero tank, man. Fantastic job. And yeah, the Roaches just could not stand up to this number of Marines. Worker supply 71 to 60. Maybe overdid it a little bit. How many workers died? 11. So yeah, here's what, 81 workers, you guys. 81. That's just too much. It was too much. And Taeja took advantage, and Taeja takes the win. So great job. Again, the game sense by this guy is insane. It really is. All right, game 3 coming at you. Blue Shift, the latter edition, site of many battles between Terran and Zerg, but 2 incredible players are going to play a game on this map right now. Top right-hand corner, it is the Red Zerg player. Bottom left-hand corner, we've got Taeja. Nothing too crazy in the openings yet. We have seen a lot of proxy stuff out of Terran players just because they don't feel like necessarily they can hang with Zerg in the late game, which, I don't know, game 1 kind of bore that out, but Taeja has actually not been doing any of that yet here. The time for that would be now. We'll see if he's going to do it. Nope, throwing down the barracks in-house, no problem whatsoever. Serral saving up for that hatch first play. There's really no reason to go for anything else. If you're Serral, you can respond to cheese and respond to proxies exceptionally well. Have I seen Serral lose to anything like that? Trying to figure that out. Trying to figure that out. Anyway, Overlord scouting on down to check for proxies. This Overlord as well is checking for those proxies. And have you checked out the Patreon page for Falcon Paladin yet? Patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. It's a pretty happening place to be. There are ladder games played by Falcon out there. There's co-op stuff with games such as Far Cry and Stardew Valley out there with Falcon and Somicron doing co-op stuff. It's been very, very fun. Very fun indeed. If you want to go ahead and see what's going on and maybe support the channel a little bit too, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. All right, so Reaper, that's not a Reaper, that's an SCV. So Reaper in production, Reaper's name is Captain D. The superhero who can spot fake videos better than anyone else showed that Emperor Mengsk's latest bout of propaganda videos were digitally altered fakes. Mengsk reacted to this as he reacts to any insult by sending the offending party to the Reaper program. Now Captain D tries to debunk the existence of Zerglings with his guns. That's one way to debunk the existence of something. SCV Scout pretty early here from Taeja. Just trying to see what's up, trying to see if there's a quick Roach Warren or anything of the kind, and definitely not. Just 2 workers on gas, which indicates that Serral is going to go for that third. He's going to try to go for that 3rd base here. He is timing it pretty well. Where's the Reaper? The Reaper didn't see. Oh, the Reaper going to stop this 3rd base. That hurts, man. He checks for a bunker up there, which is funny. Captain D trying to kill Zerglings. Disprove your existence, he says. Takes a couple shots at the face, but is not deterred. But the Queen's out, and that's when it's a little bit scary, and he's going to bail. So, yeah, and he chops down and says, hey, what the? There's a 3rd base? Yeah, there's a 3rd base. You could have shut it down. That's the sad thing, too. Overlord scouting on in here, sees the bases landed and completed. Going to get to this high ground and be able to survive, too, which is really, really nice. Reaper hanging out here in the middle of nowhere. Queen, once again, trying to creep up close enough, right, to get 2 shots off instead of just 1 before the Reaper runs away, which is hilarious to me. It's so funny. Like this Queen trying to sneak up on creep. Good stuff. Reaper coming in. Knows he probably won't get out. But, okay, never mind. He didn't go for the full scout. He just went in to cost down a KD8 charge, and that's all he tried to do. That was it. Hellions in production from Taeja is going for a starport. He's got a tech lag up. Tech lag up. Tech lab. Tech lag? What is even that? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but tech lab is up. And ready for those upgrades for that bio. It's going to be a bit of a Hellion open here. He did not skip the Hellions this time, as they really did nothing for him in Game 1. I can't blame him for not going for Hellions in Game 2, honestly. But he's back. Here's our very standard Hellion Reaper opener. Going to move out. It was going to be Banshee. Banshee with Cloak from Taeja. Have not seen any of that. Special's a big fan of it. He's a real big fan of Cloaked Banshees, which they're good. They're good, but once detection shows up, that investment kind of goes out the window. KDA charge blowing both those queens back. Pretty nicely placed. Drone thinks about it, but the Hellions go in there and they die. They know it's a death warrant. Meanwhile, Ling's trying to get in the front, do some stuff with enough Hellions present to shut that sucker down. Shut it right down. But yeah, going for Stim, which indicates a bio mid-game here from Taeja. Early game may look a little bit different, but for the mid-game, it does not lie. If you go for Stim, that's what it is. Overlord comes in for the Scout. Does end up catching the starport with the Tech Lab. Oh, that's a nice spot. That's a nice spot here. Any Spore Crawlers in production? Who needs Spore Crawlers? Says Serral. I don't need them at all. Dude, you do, though. You really do need detection. Or at least a lair? You have a lair? Nope. I am incredibly amazed at how casually he is not getting detection right now after seeing the Tech Lab. Oh boy, it's a big roach attack from Serral, though. That's for sure. So third base down, not fully saturated, which means roaches, which means this front door is in trouble, which means these Hellions are going to try to engage, but they can't because of roaches, which means this Banshee was forced to come home and defend against this. Spore Crawlers are now coming up, but man alive, how did Serral know? Serral was like, you know what, if I come back, the Banshee will be forced to come home. Zerglings rolling on in. SCV's here to fight as well. Roaches fighting pretty darn effectively. Crossbile's landing. Ling's getting on top of these Hellions. Revenge of the Zerglings, man. Hellion down, Hellion down. SCV down, Hellion down. The Banshees can only do so much against this many Roach and this many Zerglings. And that's it. That is so many dead SCVs. It's 49 to 24 workers. Lings are trying to get in. SCV trying to repair. What the? Oh, canceling some buildings there. I thought the Banshees had died, but no, that was definitely not the case. 6 kills and 7 kills on these Banshees. Can they get through? Marine is out. Marine is dead. But the Zerglings are all gone, and Serral's like, you know what? I think that's all the damage I can get. Thanks. Gonna try to get home, but that's not gonna happen because these Banshees are out for blood. This Roach, man, he's got 6 kills. And can he win the battle? Oh my gosh, he won the battle. He's got 7 kills, the micro. The serious micro. Oh, Marine finishes him off. Hero Roach, man. 7 kills. Serious business there. All right, well, right now it's 56 to 29 workers. That's bad. That's real bad. Spore Crawlers coming up in case the Banshees decide to get some ideas and head across the map. And they are not? Where are they? Oh, they are. Here they are. Banshees wreaking havoc upon this drone count. Rawr. We need to kill all of the drones in order to make this even. And you know what? We're doing okay. We're doing okay with it in the hands of Taeja. Killing some Zerglings. Shots off on the extractor as necessary. Zerglings cruising across the map a little bit, but man, the Banshee's just hanging out in this dead zone where there is no detection. Overseer on the way, and this is where it gets scary for the Banshees. How many drones have been killed? 8! Not bad. Not bad here. But there are the queens. There's the Overseer. How many drones are going to go down in the meantime is the question of the day. A lot, actually. 21 kills and 17 kills on these Banshees. Are you kidding? Taeja might have done, I don't know, enough. But, yeah, looking at it, 65 to 40 workers. Double drop here from Taeja is going to try to get some more damage done. I mean, this is how ZBT is played. As Terran tries to get damage done on the Zerg and slow down their economy and slow down their ability to make a huge army, but it just feels like it's too late for that. 65 to 44 workers, centrifugal hooks on the way, +1/+1 on the way for the Zerglings and Banelings and Ultras if we ever get there. But yeah, Ling Queen going to defend against this. In production, 10 panic Zerglings. Queen's fighting. Ugh, 2 of them die, 3 of them die. But then the Zergling surround happens and is real. And Taeja gets the heck on out. So yeah, fully saturated third base is pretty nice. Banshee's going to try to shut down this fourth base by themselves. And you know what? They can, given enough time. But one Banshee's going to die. And that slows down the effort quite a bit. As the other Emojin Banshee tries to get the heck on out of there. Landing and healing is Taeja over here by this Zelnaga watchtower. Zerglings attacking these rocks, doing approximately one damage per hit, I think is what it is. With unupgraded Zerglings versus rocks, it's not good. That's what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so pushing up, gonna kill a couple creep tumors. Before the Zerglings can show up, the Banelings do not have speed. They almost do. The target fire is real, but enough Zerglings are there to shut that thing down. Third base landing for Taeja. Dude, if Taeja wins this game, after being down 20 harvesters, 20 workers in the first 5 minutes, I am going to be incredibly impressed. Ridiculously impressed. It's 2,500 losses for Taeja, 4,000 for Serral. Again, Serral's okay with this. He's totally fine with it. Fourth base is landed. It's a little bit bruised, but it's not dead. Another attack pushing in. Couple tanks. Great looking tanks, by the way. These tanks are fantastic tanks. They really are. Setting up here makes it hard for the Zerg to get to them. Pushing up the front, clearing more tumors. Here we go. Can he save his fourth base? Ah, he just sacked it. No fourth base for Serral. All right, Taeja. All right, Taeja. You're looking good here. Forcing. I cannot believe he got that fourth base. Banelings rolling on through, getting some decent hits on the north side of this marine structure. Enough wings maybe to clear out those tanks. Hydras in there too. Zerglings chasing away. The Hydras are going to die, and he does manage to push the army back, but he lost the fourth base, which he is immediately replacing. But now it's 71 to 60 workers. Taeja's been macroing up back home as fast as he can on the back of this. Dude, I think Taeja's pulled into a situation where he's okay. Now, losing that fourth base by Serral was immense. He cannot afford to lose that fourth base at all. Ling's running out. They need to find some damage. Now it is Serral's turn to find something, some way to slow down Taeja, who's coming up on 2-2 for his Marines and his Marauders. Marine is an early warning here. Oh, this tank, though. Oh, protected. Protected quite nicely, and the Lings do make a run for it. Marching on in, I don't know if that's enough Marine. Is really definitely not enough Marine, as Serral chases it off creep. If you see a Zerg player chasing an army off creep, it means they are incredibly confident that they can wipe that thing out. No questions asked. Fifth base by Serral up north in the 12 o'clock position. What are the upgrades on these units? +1 melee attack, +1 ground carapace. Working on... Nope, not even working on missile attack. So Hydras are mid-game. It's going to be Ultras late game again. If you're getting +2 melee attack at this stage, it's definitely going to be Ultras. Yeah, this group, just no. They cannot stand against that army. Absolutely not. These guys hiding behind some minerals. Maybe as an ambush. Possibly as an attempted ambush. Anybody who tries to kill that base. But here comes Taeja. He's 165 to 159 supply. 76 to 60 workers. 2-2 is done for these Marines and Marauders. And not very incredibly scary. Not as scary as 3-3, but for the time being, really great. Picking off those changelings like pro. And it's just a small Lingbane Hydra group. I don't know if they can stand against this, although the tanks will help immensely in that situation. More changelings just getting target fired. Banelings target fired there. There we go. Banelings can't get close to this bio without getting exploded by the Gauss rifles of the Marines. And the attacks of the Marauders. Can't remember what the Marauder attack is called, actually. Yeah, Emojin Marauders are awesome. Look at those guys. They are so cool. Alright, pushing up on the creep a little bit here. The entire army is responding to this. Attempted base here by Taeja. Gonna lose a lot of SCVs before that planetary fortress finishes, which is not ideal. But here's your engagement. Banelings rolling through. Hydras trying to finish off the tanks. Doing a pretty good job of a couple of them, but this guy is still alive, and he has 8 kills. 32 more Lings on the way. +1 missile attacks. 7 more Banelings in production. Saw some Vipers in production. There they are. Vipers wiggling their tails on over, sucking energy off of that, off of this hive, which has the most HP of any building in the Zerg arsenal. So consuming off a hive is really smart to do. It's very cost efficient for the Zerg player. 170 to 152. Lings are trying to roll up this backside and maybe pick off these tanks, but those rocks are still up. Zerglings, yeah, can they get through that Great Wall of Supply Depots? No. Whoa, actually, it's open. Oh, it's closed. Taeja, too good, man. Too good at that. Are you getting through? Yeah, a lot of those are on fire, but the army does respond in time. These are 2/2 Zerglings, man. 2/2 Zerglings, dropping on the top left side. Overlord is present to scout this, but he loses his life as a result. Ultralisk Cavern in production, 190 to 186. And to this point, it's like that early attack never happened. Taeja has been able to come back by the power of mules for the most part, by the power of defending exceptionally well, by the power of harassing and taking down a base of Serral, and then just continuing to macro on the back of it. Just beautiful, beautiful play here from Taeja. Is it any wonder that he is a favorite of so many players on planet Earth? Is it any wonder? He's amazing. Zerglings rolling into the Xel'Naga Watchtower. They're going to get it. Hydra's trying to pick off that medevac. Can't quite get him. Medevac does manage to escape with its life. Zergling versus Marine. 2/2 Zergling versus 2/2 Marine. Marine going to win that one. Actually, it's a +3 attack Marine, isn't it? It is. Definitely is. This group does not get picked up in time. Oh, that hurts. That is just a crushing. Meanwhile, attacking up at this 4th base. Once again, it's Taeja. He was able to kill it once before. He's setting up in a way where Blinding Cloud can't get many of these tanks here. Lings, Banelings, Hydras, not quite willing to engage here on these Marauders. The Marauders are here to absorb shots from Banelings, but then the Hydras show up. They can pick them off from distance and do a lot of work. Ling counterattack, doing some damage down here in the south, though. Oh boy, picking off, oh boy, enough supply depots. 2 supply block Taeja, picking off Marauders. Reinforcing units are being cut off entirely by this. That is amazing stuff. A barracks is going to die here too. I mean, yep, it is. The Hydra's going to get it, but they're dead. Tacking on in to the 4th. Baneling's getting decent hits off the Vipers. Blinding clouding on the tanks. All of the tanks go down except for one with the blinding cloud there, but Taeja manages to stand in firm and stand in strong in that situation. He's marching up. His guys are low on HP, but they're going to take down the 4th base anyway. Queen down, tanks attacking, 16 kills and 20 kills on those tanks. Expanding at the top left is Serral. He's trying to hang on in that location. Taeja does have his 4th base up and running quite nicely at this stage. Zergling's still trying to take down reinforcements, trying to slow down the reinforcing line to this front line army of Taeja, and so far he's doing a pretty darn good job of it. These guys have been at the front for a while, but they've been alive, they've been winning battles, and that's what matters. These medevacs, 2 of them are very, very low on HP. Like Queen finished it off low on HP. 155 to 148 supply. Zerg is down in supply. That's not where you want to be. The Hive is getting focused down by these +3 Marauders and a couple Marines. Reinforcements back here, just staying back, recognizing that they don't need to be involved here. They need to be here to support in case an entire army shows up to wreck him. This game, you guys, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this thing. 159 to 156 supply. Here we go on top of the tanks. Hydra's picking from distance. Baneling's trying to get on top of the bio, but they'll explode on the tanks if that helps. And once Serral has cleared out the immediate threat to his front door, he pulls back. That's what he's been doing here. Don't chase off creep if you don't have to, Zergs. That's what Serral is teaching you right now. Creep spread has been pushed back quite nicely by Taeja in this game. It's been very impressive indeed. Lings, Banelings, Hydras rolling through. $168 to 163 supply. This game is tight. This game is exceptionally tight right now. Taeja protecting his 5th base as he tries to get it up over here at the 9 o'clock position, pulling back his army. Does he know about this? He doesn't know about this base, you guys. That's huge for Serral. The fact that he's hitting this is amazing. Army might have discovered it here for Taeja, but is headed off by some Zerglings, who, again, do happen to be 3/3 Zerglings with adrenal glands, so they are cracklings in the truest sense of the word. Ultras are out. They do not have the anabolic synthesis. Oh, they do have anabolic synthesis. All right, so look, here off, well, on creep faster. I mean, obviously, because that's the creep bonus, but off creep. Yeah, a little bit faster here, too. It's not a massive upgrade, but it's pretty good. Banelings rolling through. Ultras at the back. They need to be involved. Vipers just hanging out, getting picked out of the sky, actually. And that's enough Marauders to get this Ultra back to the safety of the creep. Another engagement happening over here. This is how good these players are, you guys. There's multiple engagements happening all over the map right now. Baneling's trying to get some shots off, but doing this off creep is not what you want to do if you're Serral. Taeja is just absolutely wrecking this top left-hand base, killing all of those Banelings. This Ultralisk is not going to do anything. Forced to lift off. An attempt at a 6th base here is Taeja, but that top left-hand base by Serral is gone. He's replaced his 4th, but that does not have the mineral income that he was getting from this top left-hand corner base right now. 18 minutes and 12 seconds into this thing so far. 30,000 resources lost for Serral, 21,000 lost for Taeja. Is Taeja going to make the comeback when he was down 30 workers? To Serral, of all Zergs on planet Earth. That's the one that he was down that many workers to, and he's okay. He's fine. It's 199 to 177 supply. Trying to replant this base, maybe? Maybe he's just happy with this one. I mean, it's 5 base to 6 base as this one finishes. Taeja is up, trying to take a 6 base as Serral in the bottom right-hand corner. This engagement's going to be huge, you guys. If Taeja can win this push, I think he just wins the entire game. And he's got so many Marines and Marauders. He's splitting them when he needs to, but they're just a giant ball of damage when he doesn't. Marauders forcing down this base again for the 3rd time this game. I think it's going to fall, and it does. Wrapping around the backside. He sees it coming. Kites on in. It's a bit of a sandwich here. A bit of a Zerg sandwich. Taeja picks up and gets out. He says, enough is enough is enough. Liberators setting up here at Serral's 5th base in the top. 19 workers killed. Oh, but the counterattack here by Serral's doing some work. Oh, and he's up here in this other base at the 9 o'clock position too. So the 6th base gets shut down. It dies. That's actually a really, really big pickup for Serral. These Lings are all toast. Ultra's gonna, yes, Ultras will attack you up against the wall if that's what you want to do. Ow, that guy gets pinned and killed. So this base, I think it's going to finish. Holy smokes, Serral. Yeah, man, this whole series is getting an epic tag. I cannot believe just this game alone, you guys. This game alone is well worth the price of admission, which was, by the way, $0. That's kind of how YouTube rolls. The price of admission is free. I guess it's unless it's a YouTube Red series, but that is not something I do. All right, so there's your Fungal actually seeing, oh, the Fungal lets the Ultras catch up much more easily. Holy crap. 1 Ultra down. This guy's got all of 4 kills. Very expensive for 4 kills. Oh, Taeja found it. Taeja found your base in the bottom right here for Serral. Trying to save it with the Zerglings, and he doesn't save it. Oh, no. Oh, no, Taeja. Beautiful stuff there. Immediate replant, but wiping this base was big. If Serral could get this one, it'd be really big for him too, but oh, Liberator happily takes an Ultralisk down. Thank you, I'll take that. No big deal. Personal cloaking on the way. We're going to see more ghosts. Haven't really seen any of them so far in this match. Game 1, there were a whole bunch, maybe too many. Taeja has seemed to switch it up, though. He's going for ghosts later than he was. And after he's in a pretty good position here, too. A really great position, actually. Yeah, long-distance mining drones getting massacred. This is what you want to do. 22 workers killed by Taeja, 40 killed by Serral. So he's doing a better job with that, but the kiting is real, man. No infestors to fungal. Wait, there's an infestor. It has a fungal, but it's slow, and it has been actually reduced in size. Infestors aren't quite as big and bulky as they used to be, as you can kind of tell from this. It's hard without a comparison, but trust me, they are smaller and svelter than they used to be, which is good because it used to be they were so big and so easy to target fire as an enemy spellcaster, which is what they are for Protoss and Terran, as compared to things like High Templars, right, and Ghosts, which are small and tiny and hard to target fire, click on specifically. Seems like a small thing, but whatever. Oh, the base is canceled. Serral didn't see this coming. What is going on? Serral canceled his bottom right-hand base. Ooh, that was big. That was really, really big there. All right, so Serral has this base at the 12 o'clock. It's doing okay. It's not dead, which is the important part here. Marines, Marauders clearing out. Creep! Getting smashed in the face by Banelings. Dying in tandem. Top left-hand corner is attempting to be taken here by Serral. There was a command center trying to land there, but no, says Serral, not allowed. Long-distance mining from what was the 6th base. Is crackling, just killing as many SCVs as he can before he's dead. The answer was 1, I think. Trundling down, a bit of a surprise flank attack. Well, for who? I thought that would surprise Taeja, but no, man. Taeja not being surprised here. Small attack to steady targeting. Oh my gosh, you ghosts are so mean. Serral tried to get out of there as soon as he saw what was going on, but no. Umojin ghosts, man. Very Tronny. Stop moving them around. I want to see your ghosts. There they are. Yeah, they're awesome. They look so cool. Okay, 190 to 197 supply. I can't even... This game, you guys. This game. Serral's long distance mining from the top left-hand corner. That hatch is going to finish. soon, eventually, I believe is the term here. Ultra getting some nice swipes off before he dies. Flank attack of Zerglings here too, rolling through. The Viper's not really doing much, but Blinding Cloud on the Ghost, which doesn't stop them from steady targeting, but does keep them from firing regularly. The Ghosts are alive, but there's a lot of Hydra here, and an Infestor gets a fungal off on some of these units. Another fungal catches all of the Ghosts. Oh my gosh, that was huge. Catches all of the Ghosts. The Hydras are chasing them. The Infestor chasing on down here too. 146 to 136 supply. What an incredible engagement from both of those players. Steady targeting on whatever you can do right now, honestly. Get a Baneling, great. Get a Hydra, great. I like the Hydra tech switch. They're not as susceptible to steady targeting. They're overkill, right? Steady targeting is overkill on a Hydra. It wastes energy. It's not an efficient use of the ability from the Ghosts. Serral, genius. The problem for him is he doesn't have the missile attacks that he needs. He's got, does he even have? He's got +2. He's got +2, but not +3. Which at this stage of the game, you really want +3 attacks. As it turns out, more Lings, more Hydras, more Infestors in play. Creep Queen's getting picked off by the Marauders and their friend, the Marine. Creep dying too. Drop into this top left-hand base. I'm not sure if this is enough Marines to take it down. The Zergling DPS is really good. And he does flee from that location. Some Hydra sent over to deal with it, but not all of them, as that's not where the threat is. See, a Zerg like me would send an entire army over here to deal with this, and then Taeja would just sneak up the side and kill me. This is assuming that my daydream of making it to the 24-minute mark of a game versus Taeja would ever happen. But yeah, no, definitely not ever going to happen. Serral throwing up another hatchery. Because, you know, that's what Zergs do. At this point, the bottom right is not taken. Taeja's 6th base is being taken. So the only base that's not being taken is the bottom right-hand corner, which Taeja is actually now floating command center over to. So fantastic job by him making that a reality. Speaking truth to power, making it happen. A drop attempt here. Is it spotted? Oh, the spores, though. All right, well, ow, 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 ow. Gonna land. Drones actually fighting to keep their hatchery alive. They can't. Yeah, but Zerglings can. Just barely, though. Oh, medevac escape. Medevac escape. That's a corner that you can't get. Attacking on through, abducting a tank into the Hydraling Baneling ball. This 9 o'clock position is in a lot of trouble. Hydra's gonna pick it out of the sky here. Ling's killing all of the medevacs on the ground, but the 4th base dies again for Serral. He loses the hatch, but he trades a command center in the process. 185 to 162 supply. Serral is up. Serral is pulling back, reconsolidating his forces. More and more Banelings coming in. He's working on Burrow. The Infestors waddling around as best they can. Taeja, his 6th base, is happily up and running and saturated. 7th base gonna land. There are SCVs over here, and there is an Overlord pooping creep in a really weird position. A bit of a misclick there, I think, by Serral, but he has other things on his mind. To be fair. All right, Lings, Banelings, Hydra is going to try to catch this army unawares. I've many times thought that one of these battles was the final battle, but no. Oh, the Zerglings cruising down. Everybody has to go home now. Yep. That base is not going to be a thing at all. And now the poop, now the creep coming out again. Unloading, trying to kill the Overlord, but the command center won't be able to load. They did slow down the speed at which creep spreads. Oh, these burrowed Zerglings get picked. Found and discovered and murdered, which is fantastic. Oh, the fungal catches a lot of these units. I'm not sure that Taeja can afford to lose those guys. Oh, also units under the effect of fungal cannot be lifted into medevacs anymore. That was a change. Oh, these Zerglings. I don't know if they had to come up there because they're dead now, but whatever. Doesn't even bother replacing his 4th base to Serral. 49,000 to 40,000 losses. Serral has lost a lot more, but he does have this top left-hand base. Taeja has the bottom right-hand base. We've cut this map in half. The 9 o'clock position was held by Taeja for a while, but it is gone now. And there are enough resources there to make it worth taking by somebody. At some point, right? At some point. Oh, medevac. Oh, the abduct on the medevac. It is gone. That was a nice pickup by Serral. Fantastic play by him. Fantastic abduct. But Taeja counterattacking on the other side of the map here. He's going after this new base of Serral's. It is new, and it is very difficult to hold because it's so close to the Terran army. Oh, but guess who's here? The Swarm is present. And yeah, not going to happen at all. Actually, doesn't even bother to attack. He just kind of runs his army in front of Taeja's army and says, hey, I'm here. And Taeja's like, yeah, I'm out. Thanks for letting me know. Bye. And it's bye. Infestor, another one on the way here from Serral. Haven't seen this much Infestor play in a long time, but here we go. Banelings and Hydras from both sides, crushing that army, and the backside to the positioning by Serral has just been insane. The Ghosts are alone. It's 136 to 116 supply. They're going to steady target down those Hydras, as you want to do. Oh, Serral, do you have enough? He's making some panic Zerglings here. Steady targeting on all of these Hydras, but man, the medevacs are getting picked off. There's a nice fungal from the backside on these guys. Are there enough medevacs to heal them up right now? The new base of Serral is going to fall. Taeja. What? This right here. This little setup that Serral does. He's like, all right, I can't engage at the front because there's tanks down here and there's a lot of guys. So he's going to pull around the backside and split 1, 2, 3 up top and then go. Right? Comes around the backside. The Ghosts very smartly actually doing very well for themselves here. Target firing down the Banelings. Hydra's rolling in the top side. All the tanks are going to die, but the Ghosts stay alive. And a handful of Marine and Marauder, and that's it. And at this stage of the game, it is 14 Hydras, 10 Lings, 2 Infestors, and a Viper. And it's 77 to 64 army supply. So the Ghosts really worth their weight in gold right now. They can steady target down a Hydra and kill them in one fell swoop. I know I said it's overkill, and it is. But, I mean, if you can one-shot a Hydra in a position where there aren't that many Hydras, you're in a pretty good spot. Nice fungal there, but not enough to kill the Ghosts. And it's a 72 to 40 army supply, and that's it. That's a tap-out. Taeja. Oh, my gosh. Without a doubt, one of the greatest games of StarCraft2 I have ever cast. In my entire casting career. This is getting like an epic tag, I think. Have I ever done an epic tag before? I don't know that I have. Not convinced that I have. So holy smokes, Taeja's up 2 to 1 on the reigning world champion, Serral. Can he win this thing 3 to 1? I don't know. That's why I cast the games. Stick with me, and we'll find out right quick. I had to take a break after that game, you guys. I never do that. I cast best of 5s in one sitting, but I had to go take a break after that game. It was so incredible. All right, so Dreamcatcher is going to be the 4th map of this best of 5. Top left-hand corner, the red Zerg player Serral. Bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran player Taeja. Who's been up 2 to 1 on Serral this year? In 2018, who has had a 2 to 1 lead on Serral? Who? Name them. I want to know. I'm sure it's happened. I just can't think of anything right now, and my mind is blown. Taeja's back. Taeja is back in the best possible way. Those of you who are missing an elite Terran, those of you who are sad by Maro flaming out in BlizzCon, Maro's still around, okay? He's not done. He's not retired or anything. He's going to be very good for a very long time. But Taeja is here. Taeja is here. Innovation hasn't looked all that great. However, I do have some stuff of his I need to cast from Homestory Cup. He's looked better too. I don't know if this patch has been better for Terran or what, but it seems like post-patch, Terran have been performing exceptionally well. Maybe they're just inspired by Taeja. You think that's it? I think that's all it is? Could be. Very, very possibly could be, but whew, thanks for watching, by the way. Thanks for hanging out with me on your Sunday. Your Sunday series is a good time. I try to make sure to get good series for you. And I'd say so far so good today. Reaper is Bongo Cat, what appeared to be the rising meme of 2018. In September, this cute little kitty seemed destined to stamp his way into meme stardom. Then someone put a crown on Bowser, and the entire internet went insane. Now Bongo Cat has fallen into a deep depression, and now is hoping to find either meaning in his life or end it sooner by slapping his guns in the Reaper program. You remember Bongo Cat? Bongo Cat was my favorite. He was my favorite meme, you guys. He really was, and he's gone. That is true. He is gone. I'm not sure that Bowsette replaced him necessarily, but goodbye, Zergling. You tried to hide from me, says Bongo Cat. I will slap you in the head with bullets. In rhythm, too. See how that was in rhythm? Yep. Absolutely. So gets a kill, which is more than I think any Reaper has done so far in the series. So good job, Bongo Cat. Saturating. Queen is present. Drones fleeing for their little lives. But again, Queen is pretty good. Pretty good defense against this Reaper stuff. No big deal. This Overlord trying to scout on in. Marine going to shoot him in the face a bunch of times. And in the back of the head, too, which is what this is. Zerglings are trying to run in and delay construction on that natural base, but it's almost already done, and there's really no doing. This Marine is going to die. And this SCV probably going to die, too. Yeah, SCV is not, I mean, kind of trying to run here. Pretty interesting micro on display from Taeja, actually keeping that dude alive. It comes up, sees the Hellions, well, the reactor factory, which is Hellion. He could be double pumping Widow Mines, I guess. That'd be fun. Reaper with 2 kills. He killed another Zergling out there. Dang, way to go, Bongo Cat. Zerglings are the real business, though. Oh, don't go. What? No. All right. Well, that extra hop up cost you your life, Bongo Cat. Now you dead. Third base on the way from Serral, as is tradition. Zerglings with speed running around the map. They now have map control, at least until the Hellions move out, at which point the Hellions will have the map control. I guess this has to all just be emotion, right? It's a lot of blue. I like it. I like these Hellions a lot. They're cool. Overlord scouts in, sees, more cloaked Banshee shenanigans, which we did see in game number 2 to great effect. And I do have to remind you, if Serral loses this thing, he goes home. That's the amazing thing about this right now, is Serral, man. He is in a position I haven't seen him in a long time on my channel, anyway. He's just been crushing through the competition. But again, this is Taeja. This is not the competition. This is Taeja, and he is doing so well. So stupid well. All right, well, Hellions picking off some tumors. Nicely done. Did that one get canceled? That might have been canceled. One of them wasn't, though. Third base pops up. Scouts to make sure that's the case. A 2-basing Zerg is much scarier at this time of the game than a 3-basing Zerg. Just much more aggressive. Man, I'm surprised Taeja's still going with this. Like, this has been scouted as well as anything has ever been scouted in all of StarCraft2. Can he cancel it? He could. Does he already have a Banshee out? He already has a Banshee out. And she is here. Man, it's hard to see blue on this map. I don't know what it is. I mean, it should stand out, right? There's just not... There's not a lot of blue things on this map. It's all very green. I guess this is blue, but it's a different blue. Right? Minerals, different blue. Yeah, man, but we already have an Overseer. So that's something Serral did not have for a while in the last game, and the Banshees were able to get some stuff done. But Overseer's already out. No big deal. Does he have the Spore Crawlers? He's working on the Spore Crawlers. He's taking the threat more seriously than he has been. And this is exactly all that you need. Wow, the music got quiet there. All right, so again, queen positioning is really important here in the early game. Serral's doing a good job of it. Creep spread helps with that immensely. If you don't have creep spread, you can't position your queens as necessary. It's kind of a chicken or the egg thing. Evolution chambers on the way, and if it's going to be centrifugal hooks. Okay, it's going to be banelings. I really don't like roaches against Terran. I know it works. I've seen it work. I just don't like it. It's a personal preference of mine. I'm not saying it's impossible to make happen. Starport, Barracks Factory, Reactor Starport, and yeah, so far so good. Banshee's picking off some of these drones that are transferring, which is pretty good. Not bad. Not bad damage taken here. And 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drones down. Hi, caramba. 2 kills and 5 kills on the Banshees so far. They're going to head on back home. Or at least pull back. Maybe get repaired? Nah. Nobody ever brings an SCV to the front to repair these Banshees, do they? They make the Banshees go all the way home, which is totally fine, I guess. Overseer scouts in, gets a perfect scout on everything. Oh, and gets a... Whoa. Abathur. And has a Changeling in here. Are you kidding? This is the longest lasting Changeling I've ever seen in a TVZ at this level. Look at this. He's alive. He wasn't immediately killed when he went down. That's amazing. All right, well, sees the medevacs heading out. That's some good information. So I was like, dang, I did not expect that to happen. But it did. Third base landing by Taeja. Fourth base coming up from Serral. Yeah, again, one of the ways that Taeja beat Serral the last game was killing that fourth base about 6 times, it felt like. It was closer to 4, but shoo, super effective. Super effective, no question about it. Ling's trying to work on these rocks. The Marines say, hey, leave those rocks alone. They meddle some kids. Overlord picked out of the sky here, too. Sneaking up, Hellion's going to try to go for the sneak here. Oop, hang on. Yeah, there's your pickup. The pickup timings by Taeja have been on point this series, which is, again, what you would expect from a 3-time Homestory Cup champion. Again, not 3 times, a 3-peat. Which I think is a phrase trademarked by the Chicago Bulls. But, yeah. I just used it. I hope I don't have to pay them money, because that'd be really annoying. +1/+1 on the way from Serral. He's getting upgrades for his dudes. Nothing too crazy there. But so far, the damage taken is fairly minimal by both players. 700 resources lost by Serral. 200 by Taeja. Nobody's even at the 1,000 mark yet. 1,000 resource mark yet. Some tumors have gone down. Concussive shells on the way. Ah, that's interesting. I mean, the shells do slow down banelings and make them easier to target fire. Generally, you see it against roaches. What the 10 mutalisks from Serral? Okay. All right. This is the first time we've seen mutas in the series, and I think he wants to deal with medevacs a little bit easier than he did in the last game. Oh, these banelings are in trouble. They got pinned up against that wall. They did the best they could in a terrible situation. And still a bunch of them died. Creep spread pushing on out, running down the mutas. Does he know? Taeja doesn't know about the mutas, you guys. It got him by as much surprise as it caught me by surprise. Oh my gosh. 6 SCVs down immediately. Army scrambling to respond there. Any missile turrets coming up? He's got engineering bays, right? Did he not get... Oh, he does. He's working on 2-2. Where? Oh, they're right here. They're right there, Falcon. Come on, man. It was a snake. It would have bit ya. Attack pushing on up here into the 4th base. Getting pushed back fairly well. Widowmines firing at the same time. Trying to pick off reinforcements. Trying to pick off medevacs with these mutalisks. Pretty good job so far. Oh, don't fly over these guys, though. Okay. I was just praising your muta control, Serral, and you just lost like 4 of them. That's not good, but check this out. There's not a missile turret here. Hey, Serral, go... I guess he's worried about this. Here, Baneling's getting some decent hits off. Nice surround, actually. Overall, the swarming is very, very good right here. And this 3rd base by Taeja is in a bit of trouble right now. That missile turret does not finish. A lot of SCVs going down. Somehow we got Game Heart this game. They decided to load on in with Game Heart this time around. Why is there not a missile turret inside the main base? What is happening? Taeja, no. Taeja. All right, Taeja. All right, Taeja. So SCVs down is 15 and 6. Drones have been killed on the other side there. Drilling claws on the way. Trying to land a 4th base is Serral right now. Taking a gold is, is Taeja. Taking a gold is Serral for his 5th. He's feeling pretty good this game. If I had to characterize how he feels, I would say good. Oh, Ling's getting on top of this army. Not quite able to do it. Banelings retreating for their lives. These Lings doing some stuff, though. Getting some hits off on that planetary fortress, making it easier to snipe down if, in fact, there was an attempted snipe later on. It's going to be a 10-minute hive this time from Serral, so not as fast as we've seen. He's not rushing to the tier 3, and I think he's done with his mutas. I think that's all the mutas he's ever going to make. I don't know where they are, mind you. Oh, they're just here with the army. All right, so they're hanging out. Tissue regeneration means they'll heal up quite nicely from their previous wounds that they did take, and watching their comrades die. Go now, Zerglings. Oh, you had to get it when he was unloading. Guess he's waiting for the Banelings, though. There's your split. Banelings get a decent hit off. Taeja picks up. Again, Taeja, just quick on the trigger there. So fast. This group ventures onto creep about 1.5 feet and lose a couple of their number in the process. That is just terrifying. Abjectly terrifying. It is more mutas on the way from Serral, though. I lied. He wants more mutalisks here. He's going to use that gas on that instead of going for Broodlords or Ultras, as he's gone in the first 3 games thus far. Tier 3, you do need it against a good Zerg player, especially past the 12-minute mark. You just got to go tier 3. Serral taking the 9 o'clock base for his 6th? Yeah, man, that's a 6th base. Heading up north is Taeja. Trying to take down this gold, and yeah, evacuate the premises. The army's not in a position to do anything about this, but maybe they can catch it with a sneaky flank attack here. That's a lot of Widow Mines, though. Oh my gosh. Is that a lot of Widow Mines? Yeah, the best part about the upgrade for Widow Mines, the drilling claws, is they have the laser on their head to signify they have the upgrade, but they're burrowed. You can't see it when they're burrowed. It's funny. Really funny stuff here. Might actually deny this upgrade. Nope, don't deny the upgrade. The top right-hand base, there's only a Marauder left. What the? I mean, just, okay, fine. Banelig's getting some decent hits off there. Taeja not really paying all that much attention. Widow Mines causing mass destruction to themselves and everything else here. Is this hatch going to live? There's only one Marauder trying to kill it. Rolling on in with the Banelings and the Lings and the Mutalisks. Oh my gosh, huge deal. And they are going to deny that plating for vehicles level 2. Is this Marauder with 2 kills going to get a hatch by himself? There's no way this should be happening. Send like 4 Zerglings up and kill this thing. All right, well, congratulations, Marauder friend. Gets a tumor too, and he's alive. Another tumor. Oh my gosh, this dude putting in work. Matt the Marauder, we'll call him. He has 10 hit points, which is not good, and he's standing on creep, which is really bad. Can Serral see this guy? No, Serral can't see him. He's not on creep enough. That's amazing stuff. This Widow Mine is not going to get picked off until the Overseer shows up, because it does have the Drilling Claws upgrade. It's got to be Ultras, man. Is it not Ultras yet? It is Ultras. Okay. Ultras Cavern down. Chitinous Plating on the way. Widow Mines firing on Mutalisks. It's like Heart of the Swarm days, man. It's what it is. Don't engage into chokes if you're Serral, and that's exactly what he's not doing. Widow Mines. Going down. Planetary Fortress. They need the number of Banelings to finish this thing off. You know what? Killing the SCVs works, and the base does end up going down. This is the mobility of Ling Bling Muta, you guys. It's very fast. It's very, very fast. It's hard to deal with as Terran because it can be in so many places at once, it feels like. But in a straight-up engagement, it's maybe not as good as a Terran who is being controlled correctly as, you know, this Terran army is going to be controlled correctly. Oh no, Matt the Marauder! Matt the Marauder is dead. Sorry, Matt. Ling's counterattacking even as Taeja pushes up here. He's trying to clinch this thing. This is what I feel like he's doing. Picking off more reinforcements is Serral. He knows that's important. He's trying to make it happen. Decent Baneling hits there, but there's a Thor here to absorb the shots too. Thor anti-air was nerfed a little bit. The radius on that anti-air splash damage was taken down a notch. Still, what you want against Mutalisks, though, oh my gosh, the third base is gone. 18 SCVs gone down. Where was Taeja on that one? I don't know, but suddenly it's 190 to 110 supply. Banelings keep rolling in from out of nowhere. The splits are good, but not enough, and Serral does end up taking game 4 and forcing a game number 5 in this, the greatest best of 5 my channel has ever seen of all time. Oh, do I have it in me to do a game 5, you guys? I mean, yes, the answer is yes, but what happened in these bases? Where was Taeja's army? Serral just sent in, he didn't send everything in, obviously. He sent his Mutas and some Lings and Banelings, and this Planetary Fortress went down. Taeja was nowhere to be seen. And then this base as well, same story. All the SCVs died. It was 49 workers killed compared to 11. Taeja not really able to take down a hatch, not able to kill many drones either. And in the end, Serral won. So, weird one. Weird match for sure, but definitely fun. Okay, stick with me. We're going to see game number 5. It's going to be good. I can promise you that. Cerulean Fall. It's a beautiful place this time of year. And the site of game 5 between Serral and Taeja. Top right-hand corner, red Zerg player Serral. Bottom left-hand corner, blue Terran player Taeja. Did I say Zerg or Terran? I think this series has broken my brain, you guys. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wow. Serral's got his back against the wall. He had his back against the wall last game too, and he pulled through. Taeja, man, can you finish this? Can you finish this in the name of Terran everywhere? No proxies. Man, Taeja, you are very confident. Well, maybe Confident that proxies will not work against Serral? Alright, well, what else is going on here? What else is going on in the world today? There was an earthquake in Anchorage yesterday. It's pretty bad news, actually. Not yesterday, 2 days ago at this point. Did some damage. I'm not sure if anybody died or not, but some of the video is kind of amazing. So watch out for that one. They apparently found a piece of that Malaysia flight that we lost about 5 years ago, but found it in the ocean as far as I know, and as a result, that doesn't really help us find where it is. The ocean is really big, you guys, and really deep and really vast. Anyway, that's your current events with Falcon Paladin. This is Whiskey Pete, the Reaper. Whiskey Pete got tired of living in a small backwoods town and decided to join the Terran military so he could see the galaxy. Unfortunately, he was shoved into the Reaper Corps. However, to Whiskey Pete's surprise, combat drugs do in fact taste like whiskey, and he gets paid to use them all day. In his letters home, he told his family the following to answer their questions about how the military life is treating him. Mama, if you shoot a Zerg, I'm afraid of SCVs. The sky tastes like prunes. I love you. Combat drugs may be taking a toll on Whiskey Pete, but Pete is taking a toll on the enemies of the Terran. That's one of the best written ones I've had in a while. Thanks. Thanks for that Reaper name. Makes the early game a little bit more interesting if we have this Reaper name to fill the time. Don't you think? I think so. Have had some complaints, but I think overwhelmingly the response has been positive, especially if the names are good. Overlord just hanging out on that high ground. Lings are present. Serral never makes more than 4, it seems like. We've seen other players make 6. Rogue, for example. Dark has gone for 6 from time to time, but it's just the 4, waiting for that queen to pop out. Everybody's bruised. Everybody's some different color of the rainbow here, and then the queen's like, "Rah! You leave my babies alone." And Whiskey Pete says, "Yes, ma'am. I will sit over here. I will check for a third base. I will drink some more of this combat drug whiskey. And I will maybe try to get in there and get some scouting done, but for now, you have made your point, ma'am. I respect you." Overlord in this high position, too. You really want to hold these positions as Zerg. It's really nice, although this Overlord is not interested in holding it anymore. Zerglings cruising on down. Try to get some harassment down in the mineral line. Hellions on the way. It's the timer. The classic timer. Can you get here before the Hellions pop out, or can you get here after the Hellions have popped out, but they've already moved across the map? That's what the sneaky thing about these Zerglings is. The answer is going to be no. The Hellions are here, and I don't think they're going to move out by themselves. 2 is not enough unless you do bring the Reaper with you. So Zerglings being patient, they can see what's going on. They have the Overlord to spot for them. The Hellions have not moved out. The Reaper came back home, so there's really nothing for Slowlings to do in that situation. Kind of like the SCVs, too. They're neat. Got the little eyeballs sticking out. Alright, so moving out, got our couple Hellions, and that means that it's time for the Lings to play. Checking for a Widow Mine, checking for some Hellions. There they are, and they decide to run for it. But again, Queen positioning on this base, on this map, not too hard. You cover this, and you've got 3 of your bases covered effectively. Yeah, there are 2 ramps leading into the 3rd base, but I don't know. It's a long way to go over there. Terrans don't like doing it much. Did Whiskey Pete? Oh, Whiskey Pete's alive. He got saved. He took some shots from some Zerglings, but Whiskey Pete is made of stronger stuff than that, that's for sure. Overlord scouts in, gets murdered real fast, but he does see the Banshee, and another cloaked Banshee play here from Taeja. It's worked once, and it's not gone that well once. Is there a lair from our Zerg player? The answer is no, but Spore Crawlers are being produced in a much, much more timely fashion here than we saw in game number 2, where they were late. That's all I can say about it, is they were late. So a bunch of Hellions here, got a Reaper 2 in the mix. Trying to sneak up is our Banshee. No, shots. Cloak is 10 seconds away from completing. Taking those shots is not good for you, Banshee. It's really not. Dang, you're this close to dying. Holy smokes. That was not good control by Taeja. But again, we're like an hour into this thing, so maybe control is a thing of the past. If you're Taeja, at least on that side of the map. Maybe it's more important to macro. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out of my rear end there. Heard a sound that sounded like a Nidus Worm, and I was real excited for a minute, but nope, no Nidus Worm yet. There's not even a lair, dummy. That's not even possible, but rooting and uprooting Spore Crawlers, yes. I have seen some players complain about them making the root and uproot buttons for burrowing. Well, for, you know, for static defense as well as like roaches and hydras and lings and stuff on separate hotkeys. Which makes it so that you can't use the same hotkey for unburrow and burrow, which is really annoying to a lot of players, and players like me, where I have been using R to burrow and unburrow my entire StarCraft 2 career. And then they change it to where, sure, change it, fine, but allow people to change it back is what I'm trying to say here. Allow them to change it back to the way that it was. Even if this is optimal, and maybe other players should, you know, should switch to the new thing. Yeah, no kills on these Banshees. There's one. Someone got a kill. One kill there. Fantastic job. Really just amazing. Some Zerglings going down too. And that lair is done. Here's your Overseer morph. I'm guessing this guy right here. You're the candidate to oversee. No? Strangely enough, no. Where's the guy? Saw him. Ah, there he is. All right, so fourth base on the way from Serral, and it's going to be this Marine push out again. Got Medivacs. Got +1/+1. Definitely going to be a bio play here out of the Terran player. Is he going to go for tanks is the question. You know what? I don't see a factory with a tech lab on it, strangely enough. So maybe not. Maybe not going for tanks here. Maybe going to be a pure bio push. Again, another Spire from Serral. Interestingly enough. Yeah, going to be Queen, Ling, Baneling here to deal with this little attack. And there's the pickup, man. There is the pickup. Widowmine does fire and get... Wow. 9 kills on the one, a bunch on the other one there. The Widowmine positioning by Taeja was excellent. Excellent in that situation, that's for sure. Creep spread continuing to push on over. Got ourselves some Hellions in the play. Spire's going to finish. And it's going to be Ling, Bling, Muta again here. Serral feels pretty confident about it. He did win that last game with it, but again, I just feel like that has to do more with positioning by Taeja and the fact that he wasn't ready for the Mutas. He didn't have turrets up. He didn't know the Spire was coming. But today, does he know the Spire is coming? He does not know the Spire is coming. He doesn't have missile turrets coming up at all. But there are 8 Mutas already in production here. Ling's going to force a pickup. There it is. No Marines die. That's a good Terran commander if no Marines die. Is he expanding against Serral? Seriously, dude. Calm down. He's going for a 5th. Or Taeja does have his 3rd, which is amazing. In fairness. Creep spread pushing. There's a scan, and there's a forced cancel. I don't think you're saving this. Nope. And he just Whoa! He tried to rebuild it immediately. And Taeja focused that one down quite nicely. Nice job. Nice job for sure. Drilling Claws on the way. Zergling count getting kind of nice. Dang, another Widowmine shot. That's a lot of dead Zergling parts on the ground here, you guys. And it disappears pretty quickly, too. But nevertheless, the Mutas are now visible. Mutas are present. It's time for some turrets. Yep, 4 turrets in production immediately from Taeja. And the Mutas did not actually get anything done, as 0 workers have been killed by Serral. So far, so good from Taeja. He's pushing up. He's got his Hellbats. Pretty darn fantastic against Zerglings. Not so good against Banelings, but really good against Zerglings. Better than Marines are, that's for sure. That group doesn't get lifted. Widowmine tries to get a shot off, but doesn't quite happen. Mew's going to try to force shut down on this 4th base of Taeja, but nope. Marines going to save that one. Pulling the army back, though. And again, delaying the army is good for Serral here. He needs the time to macro up. He's going for an infestation pit. He's going to go for a counterattack at the same time. And are there any tanks here? Has he made any tanks at all? Just Thors, man. Just the Thors. Can he deny that upgrade? The +1 vehicle weapon or plating? Widowmine firing 13 kills on that dude. Are you serious? Oh, it's going to finish before it blows up. That's amazing. That's very close, though. Plating level 1 completes. Could have died. Banshee's trying to kill these queens out of nowhere. Transfuse is happening. Transfuse is now a chunk of healing as the Mutas fly in and get shoved away. A chunk of healing and then some healing over time, which is what these little pluses floating into the sky are. It's healing over time. I like it. I really do. Oh, catching the Mutas here in the corner. Nice positioning by Taeja. That was fantastic. What a great play by him. Banshee, well, friend Banshee had all the kills. You only have 3. Kill stealing, man. Not even once. 3,500 resources lost for Serral, 1,600 lost for Taeja. Taeja does manage to get his 4th base down. Expanding in the top left again is Serral, pushing up to clear out these creep tumors and just hold back the horde. But there we go. Widowmine's firing. Much better control there by Serral. Ling's rolling in. Muta's trying to pick off medevacs as best they can. Bailing's getting some decent hits off, but the army is there. 3 SCVs actually go down, and then Serral pulls back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6th base in the top left-hand corner here. 5th base far away on the right side, the one that was killed already, and then killed again as Serral tried to replant it. Incredibly. Gonna magic box that Thor. Not with the Marines and the Widow Mines on the ground, no. For those of you who don't know, magic boxing a Thor just means, as the mutas pick off a missile turret there, is if mutas are stacked up together, they will take splash damage from the Thor's anti-air attack, all of them, and they will die quickly. If they're spread out, only one mutalisk at a time will take damage. And you can do that by having your mutas spread out somewhere else on the map, and then moving to a position right next to the Thor, but not on top of it, not clicking on it. Just the ground next to it. And then the mutas will stay spread out, and only one muta will take damage. It's hard to do if there's other stuff around the Thor, obviously, if there are a lot of Marines there. You don't want to try it. The Banelings are just going after the SCVs and then getting the Planetary Fortress. That is a lot of Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings. 4th base down. Fantastic job. Push here, shut down as well. This Banshee is back for more. Picking off these drones on the edges really should get it. Okay, not being controlled all super well right now. And does get taken down. Zerglings on top. Nope, Zerglings pulling back. They don't like what they see. The mutas don't like what they see either right now. 196 to 200 supply. Taeja's up, but both players are effectively maxed out, and there's a bunch of Marines that die. Mutas getting baited into flying over to that direction. That was some great baiting by Taeja. 3-3 on the way from Taeja. 3-3 on the way from Serral. Chitinous Plating on the way from Serral. It's going to be Ultralisks again. Not that I think they've been especially effective in this series so far, but I don't know. They're good at absorbing shots that normally could be going against other Zerg units, I suppose. Unloading Marines. No, not going to happen, guys. They're going to kill a couple drones, which is nice, admittedly. But then everybody's going to die because they didn't come with a medevac because there's mutas out. That is what mutas do. They can really make medevacs think twice about going on these missions. Another base on the way from Serral. He is feeling so stupid comfortable, you guys. That's a 7th base for him. 7th base for this dude. 4th base is done for Taeja. It's back, and he's going to land a 5th base here too, but he's down. Economically for sure. Widow Mine's firing. Widow Mine's getting picked off here too. The entire army showing up. A nice pincer move. But again, Serral, by keeping the pressure on Taeja, means that his home bases are not being attacked. If he forces the army to respond to this stuff, then it's harder to drop, harder to push across the creep, and easier to spread the creep and whatnot. So Ultras are on the way here at about 13 minutes. Muta's trying to pick off these Marauders as they cannot shoot up. Creep spread happening. There's your scan, but now the tumors are down. Yeah, that 3-3 for Lings and Banelings has just finished. Wow, what timing there from Serral. Getting some amazing hits off. The Thor even gets picked off, and Taeja pulls back a little bit. Stunned at how well that worked out for Serral. Fantastically done. Fantastically timed with that 3-3. There's your upgrade. Anabolic Synthesis for the Ultras to make them just that much faster. Just that much faster. Off a creep, that's all you really need to do. 3 missile turrets here at this Planetary Fortress. Hard for that number of mutas to break, as it turns out. And getting a Greater Spire is Serral. Are you kidding me? Wow. All right, man. Greater Spire on the way here, too. Widow Mine drop going to be attempted here. Yeah, Spore Crawler chasing that sucker away. And the number of Zerglings causing problems, too. Banelings just... I mean, Serral just going for it, man. As soon as he sees the Terran army, he just goes before Taeja can react to what's happening. These Banelings are not going to happen. All of them get canceled. These guys just walking past it. Oh, hang on, they say, was that a hatchery? Holy crap. And it is. And maybe we can kill it. We do have 3-3 after all, but no, the Zerglings are strong and they are mean. Taeja, high ground, going after this 5th base. Spore Crawler trying to pick up a medevac there. Nicely done. Ling's counterattacking down the left side. If he can get the Widow Mine again is a problem. Okay, he's got 0 kills. He's new. He's new to town. Baneling's getting some decent hits off. Widow Mines trying to fire on them, but pulling back nicely there is Serral. He doesn't want to lose this base, and he's also going for the counterattack from both directions right now. Splitting on in. Where are the Banelings? Where are the Banelings at? They need to make something happen. The attack at the 5th base. It looks like it's going to succeed. The 5th base is under so much duress right now. The attack by Zerglings does get cleaned up. The 5th base does get exploded here. Taeja is well on his way to winning this series. Killing bases for Serral is an amazing way to slow him down and eventually win something. He does manage to unload 2 medevacs inside the main base to Spore Crawler down. This is a good number of Zerglings though. And here are the mutas, and this drop is going to get picked off. So, I mean, was it worth it? I don't know. What did they get killed? I can't even really tell if they killed much of anything, except for the Zerglings that came to shut them down anyway. Lings, Ultras, Banelings on the creep. Widowmine firing some friendly fire there. That is not good news. For Taeja, bottom right-hand corner is trying to be taken. There's a Zergling shutting that down. Base on the left side is being taken. Taeja's macro is insane, you guys. It is 100,000,000% insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, that could have been so much worse. Only 3 kills on that. That could have been all of those Banelings. If not for the control that Serral exhibited there. How is he everywhere at once? How is he, like, straight up just... I can see this while I'm expanding, while I'm macroing, while I'm getting upgrades, while I'm making 26 Zerglings at the same time. It's amazing. It's really pretty good. And yeah, the mobility here. If you don't want to engage with the Terran army, you don't really have to, unless they're right on top of a base, in which case you do. Again, going after this thing. Was that a burrowed Baneling attack? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I know some of you hate this, but I gotta see it. Did he manage to burrow some Banelings there? There's no way. There's no way. Okay, so those die, those die. Army's coming up. There it is. Oh my gosh, Serral, you're so good! He missed it. He missed the thing the first time. Okay, that was better. That was better, I guess. And now this army is overstimmed and understaffed, and now it's in full retreat right now. Corruptors picking off the medevacs as they flee. Taeja forced to get out of there. Most of them do manage to get out with their lives, those who are not banelinged in the direct face anyway. Yeah, this bottom right-hand base is not going to happen. Sorry. Nope. Banelings trying to do this by themselves against Marauders and Marines off creep. And man, the only thing that makes that work is that all these dudes were so low on HP. 192 to 167 supply. Taeja is down, but not by all that much. He's trying to take down this base on the left side that Serral's trying to take. Is that a 7th man? 8. It's an 8th base. That's the 7th base. Serral's taking his half of the map for sure. Here we go. Corruptors and Ultras. Banelings on these ghosts, which we've seen a lot of, and the Ultralisks are paying for it with their lives for sure. Oh, burrowed Banelings. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But they're not walking over the Banelings. Okay, we'll try again. Try again later. Bottom right-hand base again is toast. 8th base in trouble. No, he wants... Okay, so I think what Serral wants to do is force this army back down the ramp. They'll go in a bigger clump that way, and then the burrowed Banelings will work a lot better. Yeah, here we go. Ready for this? Just kidding. Serral doesn't want to engage at all. Maybe he can't force that army back. I don't know. Another base for Serral. Is that a 9th? His 8th is gone. In fairness, dude, these burrowed Banelings are giving me a lot of anxiety. Come on. Gotta do something here. Another planetary fortress down. This thing that Serral does is just assassin level what he does to planetary fortresses. It's crazy how good he is at it. Just enough Banelings, just enough Lings. Brings the Lings in first to absorb the shots from the planetary fortress. The Banelings hit. They kill a lot of SCVs first, and then they win. It's incredible. It really is. Widow Mines here to prevent the full retreat there. A bit of a drop up here at the top left, getting shut down quite nicely. Another counterattack of Lings into Taeja's 3rd base. This is doing pretty well. This is getting a lot of stuff done right now. Yeah, that's insane. That is an insane level of stuff getting done. This ghost is like, I got this. I got it. I'll kill all of these. Just give me a couple minutes. He's very good against light units, as it turns out. 11 kills, not bad. Another attack in here at the 7th base. Banelings crushing on into the Marauders. They want to get on the Marines and the Widow Mines. They do kind of explode on those, but not really. Bottom right-hand base, again, forced to lift off. A lot of Lings die, but that's fine. It's a fair trade. Banelings trying to take down this top left-hand base. Or Marines are. Banelings shutting that down. Holy smokes, you guys. I don't even know what to tell you anymore. Top left-hand corner is gone. It is sayonara. It is goodbye top base. Medevac's getting picked off at a pretty brisk pace there, though. All right, all right. This base is going to die, too. Serral can't lose these hatches, you guys. Why does he keep doing this? This has been the most... Oh. Ah, good one. Good one, Widowmine. This has been the most macro 5-game best of 5 I've ever cast on my channel, you guys. I cannot believe how there's been no cheese at all. At all, period, from anybody. It's just we go for macro the whole time. Even the game that Serral went for that early attack, it didn't kill Taeja or cause Serral to lose. So it wasn't cheese, because cheese resulted somebody losing very quickly. That's my personal opinion on cheese. Planetary Fortress has 6 kills, and he will kill more of your Zerglings if you allow him to do so. Alright, let's take stock. 196 to 164 supply. Serral's up overall. Army supply 128 to 119. Serral's up there too. 69 to 45 workers. Serral has the lead there too. Alright, these ghosts, man, they cannot stand is the problem. The Banelings really want to get on top of these dudes. Lings on top of them pretty nicely too. Banelings rolling into this backside, exploding on Marines instead of on the ghosts. Taeja, his secret has been keeping these ghosts alive. I'm not going to lie. It's been he's just steady targeting down Banelings. The range, the distance that has is very, very good. 11 SCVs get killed though. He has taken the 9 o'clock position, has Taeja. Well, he's got both 9 o'clock positions. They're both not quite 9 o'clock, but close to it. Zerglings rolling in. They are cracklings. They have adrenal glands. They're making it work. Taeja trying to take another base here, but he's just being denied on a couple different fronts right now, just by Zerglings mostly. Nothing crazy. These changelings have not found anything in which to change into, which is kind of a sad existence if they expire like that. Alright, Ultras say no base for you. Zergling actually says that too. Oh, actually lifting the command center. Oh, the Corruptors though. Oh, the Corruptors though. That full... Oh, steady targeting actually going to save it. Oh my gosh, the Ghosts are worth their weight in gold in this series so far. Oh my goodness gracious. Trying to finish off this 3 o'clock position hatchery. No. Nope. Too much ultra, too much Ling. You couldn't run far enough away because you were trying to kill the hatch. The hatch was keeping you tethered, and the ultras appreciated that because you were 1 on creep, and 2, you couldn't run that far away. You couldn't kite that far away. Taeja has, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7th base. When do Terran players get 7 bases? I don't know. When they're Taeja, Banelings trying to hit these ghosts, they just cloak. That's all they gotta do. Steady targeting does take down an Ultralisk. His spine is all that is left here. But Caustic Spray on the base. You can't out-repair it. I think you just got to let it go, man. He's going to learn. And the Caustic Spray continues firing. And that's it. You're done. You're done. Bottom right-hand base being taken by Serral here, too. Engagement in the middle of nowhere. And that's your good game. What? Right there? Okay. All right. Back to the game. We'll give Serral the 3. Congratulations to him, though. Oh, my gosh. Winning the macroist of all best of 5 series Falcon has ever cast. I need some rest after that one. All right. Snap. 50,000 resources lost for Serral. 41 by Taeja. All right, so this base can't land. It's being shut down. This base, did he ever have? He did have that base at some point. Where did? Oh, it had to be. Hang on. Oh, that's right. It was lifted. It had a lot of SCVs in it. Is this it? Okay, so this is the one. This is the one that had all the SCVs, and then it was going to die, but then the ghost saved it, and it's alive, and it's getting repaired by that SCV. So, alright, so this base is done. So, Taeja's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, but the main base is done. The natural base is done. The third base is almost done. Well, this is the third base, and it's a ghost town. Is the problem. Oh, man, all these SCVs running for their lives here, too. Yeah, I can understand. I can see why Taeja tapped out there. Sometimes I'm confused, but no, he just scanned this base. Did he even know about this one down here? Didn't even know about that base, but recognized he was out macroed, he was outplayed, and he tapped out as a result. Wow. You guys, are you not entertained? Were you not entertained by that series? I just feel like you have to say yes. You have to say yes. It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely ridiculously amazing. This whole series has broken my brain on some level that no series has ever done. Homestory Cup is where it's at, you guys. It really is. Look at these ghosts, though. Look at these ghosts. Look at them. They're heroes. They're heroes of the Terran army. 18 kills, 6 kills, 9 kills, 9 kills, 6 kills. Absolutely worth their weight in gold compared to these Ultralisks. 8 kills, 0 kills. 0 kills. 8 kills, 6 kills. Yeah, man, these ghosts are better than your Ultras, as it turns out. What's this fire coming up around them? Celebrating their victory. All right, so, jeez, Serral, man, what else can you say at this point? What else can you say about this Zerg player from Finland? Great, I mean, absolutely 100% the greatest foreign Zerg player ever. There's really no question about it. Probably the best foreigner ever. There were some early days in Brood War, early days in StarCraft2. There were some foreigners that were competing very well, but nobody who's done as much as Serral has. Just none. All right. Well, I mean, that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void and a Sunday series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. I mean, how can you not, really? You can also catch me at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.